Hi, Kenneth from Right Choice Property. Welcome to my sharing session. Today we are going to look into why is it important to cash out your property. So is your asset a liability or is it creating a value for you? Well, let's see how this will impact most people. So in order for us to know if what we own is an asset or liability, we need to first look at what have been the price trends. Looking at this chart, we can already tell the contrast difference in terms of the prices. So as you see, in the last 7 years, while the private property price have actually gone up by 21.26%, the HDB have actually declined by 10.6% in the same period. Next, we look back at the 5 years period, which coincide with the MOP period itself. As you see here, the 5 years period from 2015 to 2020, the private property gained 35%, while the HDB declined by 1%. And what does that actually represent in terms of the dollars? The HDB represented by the red square would have cost owners $5,000 for the period of stay. Yes, I know it doesn't sound painful. What is losing $5,000? On the other hand, the private property represented by the green square have actually made the owners richer by $276,000 for the same period of stay. Of course, now when we look back, we will surely say we should have taken the private path if only we knew. So what actually caused most of us to take the HDB route? Because we wanted to be comfortable, we wanted to have spare cash for indulgence such as more vacations, bigger car, eat at restaurants, buying branded stuff for our kids. Well, of course everyone wants to enjoy life a bit here and there. If not, life seems meaningless. But unknowingly to many, what if you can actually enjoy the best of both worlds? Many think that staying in private will cost hands and legs, but in actual fact, it is not the case. In fact, many doesn't realize the actual financial meaning to it. With proper calculations and planning, many are actually able to do so without much stress. Many ask this question, what is the point of doing all this? Housing is a basic need, a roof over our head as we go about our daily life, trying to make a living and try not to do anything against the law. However, have you actually thought about your retirement? You know, many people I met nowadays didn't really plan for their retirement, and they actually go about with no goals or no plannings at all. They only buy basic insurance to cover for any mishaps and try to save through life insurance plan, hoping at the end of it they will have a huge lump sum for their retirement. Singaporeans generally are optimistic people. Many say they can work till 70s, but nobody can tell if by then we are still going to be mentally and physically able to do so. So have you ever wondered how much you will need when you retire? If you are going to retire at 62 and live till 80 years old and to continue to have $2,500 per month income, you will need $540,000. Yes, for one person. That is, ask yourself, how are you going to save this amount? And in an article by the Straits Times and CNA in 2018, are all HDB flats losing their value? Many of such owners are actually concerned over this, as nobody knows what will be the fate of their flats when the lease is up. As by now we all know, some ministers have also commented that the SIRS program is not for all. In fact, only 4% of the HDB population may be selected for this. 96% of the HDB population will not have this opportunity. But like I mentioned, Singaporeans are really optimistic about this, and by speaking to some people, they still have this mindset that the government will step in to help them. Younger buyers, however, prefer to control their own fate and not over-depend on the government to step in to help. As such, most are avoiding this now. In this article, it also highlights that all HDB owners had high hopes to cash out since now they have aged and need the money for their daily expenses. They are finding it difficult to sell now. Well, you decide what's best for you. But hey, don't rush to get your checkbook and buy any properties. There are good ones and very bad ones. Even the same development can have a huge price difference. You need to know how to identify the old price tag and the new price tag, which will determine your future exit point. I'm just a WhatsApp away. If you have any questions for me, please drop me a text and I will be glad to assist you.